This section is specifically for Windows 7 users. The arrow interface, of course, is easy to get into from the Metro interface, which is the default for Windows 8. You can simply click on the display, brings you into Arrow, click on the Windows button at the bottom, and brings you back into Metro. So you can switch between the two of them. Once you've been in Arrow once, you can slide it back in if you wish, or click it again. The Arrow interface then also gives you the charms if you're interested in accessing them while you're in Arrow, which of course can be used, among other things, to find settings, power, and then shut down the computer if you wish to do so. One of the things that's obviously missing from this interface, and unfortunately the far left side is cut off, is the fact that there is no start button. This is really, I think, an oversight on Microsoft's part, but not a serious issue at all. The reason it's not a serious issue is that you can get effectively a start button capability by simply depressing and holding the Windows key and typing the letter X, like so. And what we have is essentially the old Start menu. You've got Run, Search, File Explorer, Control Panel, Task Manager, command prompts, computer management, disk management, device manager, system, which gives you a picture of your Windows system from the top down, including access to the usual stuff, device manager, remote settings. This time you have something neat called company apps, and the action center and Windows Update, if you want to change the settings for Windows Update. So, again, the Windows key depressed followed by the letter X as an X-ray gives you this start menu. And of course, from the start menu you can move out to do all these other things. The control panel is very much like the old Windows 7 control panel. There are differences once you dive in. For instance, if I were to go under uninstall a program, I'd find that there are no programs installed on the computer. Evidently, these are programs installed separately somehow versus those that were installed via updating and those with the basic system. For instance, I have Office 2013 Student Home Edition here, but I don't see Office at all on the uninstall list. Maybe it's intended that that should never be uninstalled, I don't know. Or maybe they're hiding things you don't typically want to uninstall. Honestly, I don't know how to get to it at this point. But that's the control panel. That's Windows, the Internet Explorer, which you've seen before. And again, to come back, you've got your device manager, power options, programs and features. Programs and features is essentially where we already were through the control panel, and so on. You can go down to an icon just like you could before, right-click the mouse button and bring up menu options for the icon. When you're inside Explorer, although it's still File Explorer, you still have the same basic kinds of abilities. Say to right-click and come up with a menu list, and so on. One of the tricks, though, to Windows 8, which I think is kind of awkward, but again, it works, is that you can swipe in the side menu if you have a USB device or something else installed. Click under Settings, click under Change PC Settings, and under this particular menu you get a device listing. These are the various devices that are installed on the machine. This is where a USB drive would show up. And to uninstall it, like say this SD memory card, I simply do that and press the minus sign to uninstall the memory card. The same would be true to dismount a USB flash drive, for example, if I wanted to do that. So that's another thing that is a little bit of a gotcha, but not easily done. Now you'll notice at the top of the list I've got the Bose SoundLink, which is a wireless Bluetooth basic speaker set, and also my Epson printer. Both of these were installed automatically as soon as I literally turned them on. The Epson printer, I simply turned it on and suddenly the right device driver was loaded, the printer was available, and you can work with it. The Bose SoundLink, I had to go into the Bluetooth menu and tell it to add a device, but that too wasn't that much of a deal. To go into the Bluetooth menu, for example, one way to get there, at least the way I found, was to come up with the hidden icons, select Bluetooth device, and now we can add Bluetooth device, show Bluetooth devices, and so on. This, for example, takes you back to that. So that's the key then to Windows 7 users from my point of view. I've been able to copy files, work with the various devices on the machine from the Aero interface, and so on and so forth. In the micro SD slot, I have a 64 gigabyte micro SD card installed, and I can get to it through the computer setting. And there you see I've got basically the Disney Fairies complete video set, which is 85 videos installed on the micro SD card. So from here I can easily right click and copy, or you can go under Home and copy. For example, select that file, go under Home, and say I want to copy it too. And then I can select where my destination is. Or if I don't want to do it that way, you can still just select a file and copy and then paste later, just like you could under Windows 7. Not a big issue. The recycle bin too is just like well, kind of like it was before. Everything is fundamentally changed, of course, but basically that's all there is as far as Windows 7 user notes that I have at this time.